Sure, my name is Imran Mouna. I'm one of the founders of InStage. InStage is it's an easy-to-use software platform for creating personalized public speaking practice scenarios. So what we've done is basically create a somewhat of an app framework, something that you would use through a VR headset, where you can choose a practice scenario. So public speaking doesn't just mean pitching like we had the chance to do today. It could mean going through a sales meeting, practicing for a job interview. Anytime you're really speaking to someone, you're public speaking in a sense. And so we've built a library of different modules that people can go through to practice these public speaking scenarios in various different ways. Well, a couple years ago, my co-founder had actually just quit her job. She'd spent 10 years in corporate training, and she was starting to get ready for the next job, so practicing for the interview. She was freaking out quite a bit because it had been 10 years and she'd had to do something like that. And so she was practicing in front of the mirror, practicing in front of her husband, and thankfully around that time he'd sort of just discovered virtual reality. And so he thought, is there a better way to help her than listen to her say the same thing over and over again? It doesn't feel like the real thing, and she would show up to the interview and feel something totally different. And so our co-founder Michael built the first prototype to help his wife Nicole, our other co-founder, basically get ready for a job, and this turned into their jobs. So a lot of people are using InStage to practice for pitch competitions. So we work with a lot of startups to help them prepare for events like this. We work with a lot of Fortune 500 companies to do sales training. So for companies that are looking to improve their associates' ability to interact with customers, that's a great use case for us. And we work with students to help them prepare for job interviews. So the most exciting thing for us right now is we're starting to work with colleges and universities, Fortune 500 companies, by installing VR kiosks on location. So up until now, a lot of companies and schools have been hesitant to try VR because there's so much equipment involved. So what we've done is package that into a very easy to use kiosk. So we can sell these to companies and schools to say, this is all you need to use VR. This is something that can be constantly available to your staff or to your students. And that way it's something that can start to become part of their training programs or part of their resources. So that's very exciting for us. We just installed one of these kiosks at a college in the GTA and helped a student get her first job. So it was exciting for us to see that. And it's incredible to hear something like that, especially from someone who was so nervous about going for a job interview, someone who was clearly talented and just needed this small piece of the puzzle to just really accomplish a dream of hers. Yeah, AWS recently ran a VR development challenge on the platform Sumerian. That's a really up-and-coming VR tool. So I saw that challenge. There was a segment for education and training simulations, and it was an ideal fit for us to see what is AWS putting out there. It's affirming to see as well that a company like Amazon is investing in VR technology. So I wanted to see what they had put out there in terms of tools, and Sumerian is an incredible tool. It's outrageous to think what it can do on a browser that I know a lot of companies spend millions of dollars putting into desktop applications. So I think it's going to be a really important tool for the future.